How did weather instantly turn a normal day into a full-blown disaster? We were running a routine convoy exercise. Nothing special. Drive from point A to point B, practice communication protocols, be back before dinner. Supposed to take 4 hours max. The sky was clear when we left. Not a single cloud. Weather reports said sunny all day. Perfect conditions. Our convoy commander was a sergeant named Wesley. Solid guy. 10 years in. Knew his stuff. He'd run this exact route maybe 50 times. Could probably do it blindfolded. About 2 hours in, the temperature dropped. Not gradually. Just fell off a cliff. Went from 70 degrees to maybe 40 in under 20 minutes. Then the sky turned green. I'd never seen anything like it. This sick yellow-green color that made everything look wrong. Like someone put a filter over the whole world. Wesley's voice came over the radio. All vehicles hold position. Something's not right here. We stopped in the middle of nowhere. Open terrain. No buildings, no cover. Just flat ground and that horrible green sky. That's when we heard it. This sounded like a freight train mixed with a tornado siren, coming from everywhere and nowhere at once. I looked west and my stomach dropped straight through my boots. Wall cloud. Rotating. Already touching down. Wesley screamed into the radio. All personnel dismount and get in the ditch. Now! Move! 18 soldiers scrambling out of vehicles. Running for this shallow drainage ditch beside the road. Not deep enough. Nowhere close to deep enough. I grabbed this young private named Emmett. Kid had frozen completely. Eyes locked on the funnel cloud tearing across the field toward us. I tackled him into the ditch, covered his body with mine, pressed both of us flat against the mud. The noise was unreal. Louder than any explosion I'd ever heard. Felt like the air itself was being ripped apart. Debris started hitting us. Rocks, branches, pieces of metal from somewhere. Something sliced my arm open. Didn't even feel it until later. Then our vehicle started moving. Not driving, sliding. A 2-ton truck just scraped across the pavement like it weighed nothing. Pushed by wind that shouldn't exist. Emmett was screaming underneath me. Or maybe I was screaming. Couldn't tell anymore. Everything was just noise and pressure and terror. 30 seconds. That's how long it lasted. 30 seconds that felt like 30 years. Then silence. Complete, absolute silence. Like someone hit mute on the entire world. I lifted my head, looked around, couldn't process what I was seeing. 2 of our vehicles were flipped completely upside down. One was missing entirely. Just gone. We found it 300 yards away in a field, wrapped around a fence post. Wesley was already doing head count, screaming names into the chaos, checking bodies in the ditch. 18 soldiers went into that ditch. 18 soldiers came out. Every single one alive. Injuries everywhere though. Broken bones, cuts. One guy named Fletcher had a piece of wood stuck through his calf, but everyone breathing, everyone conscious. Medevac took 40 minutes to arrive. Longest 40 minutes of my life. We did what first aid we could. Tourniquets, pressure bandages, keeping people calm. Fletcher kept apologizing, like getting impaled was somehow his fault. Sorry, Sarge, he kept saying. Didn't mean to slow everyone down. I held his hand and told him to shut up. Told him he was gonna be fine. Told him the story he'd have after this. Getting stabbed by a tornado. Nobody would ever top that. He laughed through the pain. Good sign. The investigation afterward determined it was an EF3 tornado. Formed in under 10 minutes. No warning. No time for alerts. One of those freak events that meteorologists write papers about. Wesley got commended for his quick reaction. Getting everyone out of the vehicles probably saved lives. Those trucks got destroyed. Anyone inside would have been killed. But here's what still gets me. The weather report that morning had said 0% chance of severe weather. 0. Not unlikely. Not low probability. 0. Someone at the weather station got fired over that. Their equipment had malfunctioned 3 days earlier. Nobody noticed. They'd been broadcasting old data for 72 hours straight. We drove through a tornado because a computer glitch told us it was sunny. Fletcher spent 8 weeks recovering. Still has a limp. Still has the scar. Shows it off at every barbecue like a trophy. Emmett stayed in for another 6 years. Made sergeant himself. He sent me a message last Christmas. Said he named his first kid after me. I asked him why. He wrote back one line. Because you didn't let go. Wesley retired last spring. 22 years total. His final formation speech mentioned that convoy exactly once. He said the military teaches you to prepare for everything, but sometimes everything isn't enough. Sometimes the sky just turns green and you find out what you're really made of. I still check the weather obsessively. Every morning. Multiple sources. My wife thinks I'm paranoid. Maybe I am, but I've seen what 0% chance actually looks like. Seen a truck wrapped around a fence post. Seen 18 soldiers crawling out of a ditch that shouldn't have saved anyone. The sky was clear when we left. I'll never forget that. Not a single cloud. Perfect conditions. And then the world tried to kill us anyway.